I'm with Amelia and Bethany from AP Saints after round 1 of the E&G Under-13s Youth Netball Premier League Southern Conference. First game today against Charnwood Rutland, a new team in the league. Was it the ideal type of team to play to get your season off and running?
Well, I thought it was quite good because they weren't too difficult to play, but they were still a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
So we knew that we needed to still do everything we've learned, but then we could also win.
It helped us kind of step up and get used to it all since it's the first proper match of the season, and obviously we had Turnford after, so it was a lot. But
First initial quarter was the scrappiest game of netball I've ever seen in my life. Did you feel that on the court?
Well, it was like it was quite good that they missed quite a few of their first shots because that's what was helping us because we were throwing the ball away quite a lot. But then by the last quarter, I think we pulled it back together.
Yeah, I think it takes sometimes a bit just to get together as a team. But I think when we did after the first quarter, we were really in shape, and I think it went well.
Well, I was worried for you a little bit because you were playing Turnford, and I thought, well, that type of performance, especially in the first quarter, would see a big scoreline be mounted up.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good performance against Turnford. I think you started well. They got back into the game, but you stayed in the game.
Yeah.
When you play teams like that, it's easy to just allow them to rack up a massive lead and just let them do it. But I don't believe you did that. So, were you just kind of motivated to make sure they didn't have they had the hardest game possible?
Yeah, I think it's just also it's like about when you just the basics of netball, like you just get to that centre pass, turn it and send it to someone who's free. And when you do that, you kind of get to the game starts and you can really do well, especially with Turnford, who are quite a physical team. So you have to really push hard.
Do you give as good as you get though physically? You don't seem to. You seem to handle yourself well on the court.
Yeah, well, of course, we played them last year, and we know what they're like, and we know obviously their team's quite tall.
Physical. Let's get to the bottom of this. Physical in a good way, like they're playing hard.
Well, some of their players can be quite aggressive.
Yeah.
There's one player that kept shoving you around quite a lot. But then some of their players are just good physical.
Yeah.
And they're all quite tall compared to us because our team's not the tallest team.
Yeah.
And so they did quite a few overhead passes.
Yeah, because we didn't have we had some people today, some people were away, so it was but I think we played well and we kept up that physicality throughout the game, just because if they push, you push back,
Well, all in all, happy today's performances. You dropped just out of the top 4 last season. You missed out on the national finals by I think 1 point in the end or whatever it was. Is the aim to try and get back into the top 4 this season, or?
Well, I think it's definitely possible because I think last year we played quite a few of the easy teams in the beginning. So when we got to the harder teams, it was we thought they would be not as good as the other teams we played. But now I think we play the first 2 games have been a bit Turnford's obviously quite a tough team to play. So we've got ourselves back into it. Now we need to play our best for every single game.
Yeah, I mean we were really, really close last year, and I kind of came down to the 2 last games where we just didn't really perform. But I think this is a new season, so we should.
You did. You've got plenty of time to improve, and but that performance against Turnford, you could see, you have the fight, you have the will to want to beat teams, and when you've got that type of attitude, you're never going to go far wrong. So well done. Look forward to seeing you again in round 2. Well done, AP Saints.